One of the most dangerous parts of the hurricane will be the storm surge. Flooding is already starting in some areas, and it's expected water levels could rise more than 3 meters. CTV's Matt Skube joins us now with more on what we can expect. Matt.
Patricia, even though some of the storm surge estimates have been downgraded over the course of the day today, this is still going to be a life-threatening situation, especially for anyone who did not evacuate and is trying to ride out the storm. Now, here is what that could look like, those levels of water. Areas like Key West and Cedar Key could see around 1 meter of water. That will knock people off their feet and make cars float. There are some areas, though, where the surge could rise to 3 meters or about 10 feet of water. Vehicles are carried away in that level of water. Structures will start to fail, including bungalow homes. That's why people needed to evacuate. And then there are areas between Tampa and Fort Myers where the storm surge could reach 4.5 meters or close to 15 feet. The water will not be calm. With whitecaps from hurricane force winds, it's that combination that will cause the most catastrophic damage across the state. Let's show you some previous examples of how fast it can happen too. This is the storm surge on Sanibel Island during Hurricane Ian back in September of 2022. The winds are intense. Slowly some of the water starts to creep in, and then all of a sudden it's more than 1 meter high with blowing debris on top and who knows what underneath the surface. Here is another example from that same storm, Hurricane Ian 2 years ago. This is in Fort Myers, though, where Milton is about to make landfall tonight. The water starts to pour into the streets very quickly, urged on by the devastating winds. It's not hard to see how cars can be swept away along with anything else that is not secured to the ground. Now, even today, officials continuing to warn about the dangers of that surge of water.
That storm surge is still the biggest issue that we're looking at. Any of you who went through Hurricane Helene, that was 4 to 6 feet, and that was more devastation than I've seen in my life. So Milton is bringing the possibility of bringing twice as much storm surge here.
And as we mentioned, these are pictures from Tampa Bay today where the outer bands of Milton have been hitting the city and the state. It's now at a Category 3, but wind speeds are sustained at around 200 kilometers an hour. Now, for those that have not left, it is clearly too late. We have seen a couple of people who are planning to ride it out with plans to stay on the 3rd level or higher of hurricane-enforced buildings. But Patricia, another example of the power of Mother Nature.
Those pictures do paint quite the scenario, and yeah, scary stuff. Matt, thank you so much for taking us through it.